Thank you, Samson.
No.
It's a bit thick, isn't it?
What is?
Alan not turning up. I mean, he called this meeting for 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's gone 12 now.
Well, there you are. We've been waiting nearly 20 minutes now. I mean, I've got work to do. Thank you letters, invitations. I haven't even thought about a pirate costume for Thursday.
What do you reckon?
Is it a bit big, do you think?
Oh.
Jack, Hugo, thank goodness I found you both in this ghastly news.
What's happened?
It's Alan. He's... Oh, Hugo, very nice. You don't think it's a bit big, do you?
Yeah, well, I didn't think so, but Jack was
Look,
just saying...
what's happened to Alan? He's supposed to be down here at a meeting.
Oh, Jack, it's so awful. He's ill. I've just come from his flat. He's all tucked up in bed, shivering away.
What's he got?
Well, we think it must be a bug of some sort.
Oh, poor fellow.
Has he seen the doctor?
I got Sir James round first thing this morning. Oh, incidentally, he sends his best wishes and says if ever you're in Venice, don't forget he's still got the boat.
How kind.
Yeah, look, what did he say about Alan?
Well, he recommended 3 weeks in south of France.
Very sensible.
But Alan won't hear of it. He says he can't afford it and he's got far too much work to do.
Oh, I must say, I've got awfully little sympathy with somebody who calls in the doctor and then doesn't take his advice.
Anyway, I was wondering if you two could help out at all.
Well, we'd like to, Gristle.
Yeah, we've got rather a lot on our plates at the
Things
moment.
are building up rather.
You know, dinner parties.
Charity ball.
I know. You're up to your eyes, aren't you? I told him. But if you could look after things, just for a few days.
What would we have to do?
Well, I imagine he wants you to sit in his office and sort of be in charge.
Oh, I think we could manage that.
Well, I got him to jot down the important things.
Oh, good.
I think the main thing is the annual report. He's got it all ready in his office.
Good.
He just wondered if between us we could pass it on to the bank.
Yeah, don't you worry, Gristle. We'll look after things.
Yeah, have a drink.
I'm terribly grateful, Jack.
Not at all. Our Alan means quite a lot to you, doesn't he?
He does rather. I don't mind telling you. When I saw him in bed, lying there in his little pajamas, I suddenly realized how much
How much you'd miss him.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you tell him to leave everything to us, Gristle. We'll manage. Oh, I'm afraid we've got a bit of a clash on the 23rd.
Oh, dear.
They're burying Toppy Marsden at the same time as the Australia House are having the wet T-shirt competition.
Well, I don't think we can let the Australians down. We did rather promise to be judges, didn't we?
You're quite right. And once one's accepted an invitation...
Yeah, quite. How about that, then?
Oh, yes. That's much better. Perhaps a little small, possibly?
Oh, do you think so?
I'd give it another try. Well, it all seems quite simple, doesn't it?
What does?
Manning the office.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So when you do it yourself, you realise there's not a lot to it, really.
Quite.
I always thought Alan made a bit of a meal of it, actually.
Mowbray and Croft? Yes, sir. It's Mr. Martin for you, Master Jack.
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Monaghan. Hello? Alan, how are you? Good. Oh, yes, we're getting along fine, thank you. Oh, you know, just sitting here manning the phones. Yeah. What? The annual report? Yes, we've had a little trouble finding that. Yeah. Oh, is it? Yes. Oh, yes, you're quite right. I've got it here in front of me. Annual statement of accounts for 19... Yes. Well, look, don't worry. We'll see that gets popped down to the bank right away. Yeah. Look, Alan, you just concentrate on getting better. Splendid. Yeah. Bye.
I say, do you remember that wonderful party Tuppy gave to celebrate his vasectomy?
Fine. The port.
The port?
Yeah, Sandeman, 1908.
Yeah, he must be the last man in England still to have any.
Yeah, so now he's dead. We'll never...
Absolutely. His wife doesn't drink port, does she?
You're quite right, she doesn't. Perhaps you ought to give her a call.
Yes, I thought I might. Hello, Rosemary. It's Hugo here. Yes. Look, we were just wondering if... Well, oh, ghastly, Rosemary, yes. Oh, very much in our thoughts. Lovely man, yes. No, we were just wondering... do you remember that party Tuppy gave when he produced the Sandeman '08? Last man in England, was he really? Yes. Well, we were just wondering... What, Giles has already rung? Has he? What did he offer? Yeah? Oh, well, I think we can better that, don't you? Yes, yes. Right, done, splendid. Shall we collect it, or will it... We'll pick it up at the party this evening, even better. Bye. 6 bottles.
6, I say.
The only snag is she wants the money tonight. And with Alan away...
Yes, we could always pop round and see how he is.
What a nice idea.
And it might be tactful to be able to say we'd delivered the annual report. It's a shame we're a few pages short.
Are we?
Yeah. Still, that computer thing would print up another one, wouldn't it? Alan!
We thought you'd be in bed.
I was.
Best place for you. May we come in?
Of course.
Well, we don't want to keep you hanging about here in the hall.
No, you get off back to your bedroom.
This is my bedroom. This is everything.
Oh, well, that's handy, isn't it, Jack?
Yes. What a very clever idea.
Do you mind if I get back into bed? It seems to stop the worst of the shivering. Oh, no, do throw my clothes off the chair.
Oh, right,
Well, what can I do for you?
Oh, it's just a social visit, Alan.
We bought you some things.
Oh, that's very kind.
Oh, before you settle down, would you have a kettle? We were going to make you some hot whiskey.
I won't, thank you.
You'll have one, won't you, Jack?
Yes, I'll keep you company. So how are you feeling, then?
Not brilliant.
No, you look quite deathly. He does, doesn't he?
Oh, he looks awful. Are you sure you won't join us?
Quite sure, thanks.
Nothing like one of Hugo's specials to set you up.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say so, Jack. It's quite simple, really. It's just whiskey,
Boiling water,
dash of port,
slice of lemon.
and you wouldn't have any cloves, would you?
Look, I hope you don't mind us dropping in on you like this.
We wanted to make sure that you were looking after yourself.
Yes, and now, what was the other thing? Ah,
Oh, you mean the annual report?
no.
Yeah, what about the annual report?
Oh, nothing serious.
Well, silly Mrs. Monaghan spilt some coffee on the first few pages.
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry. It's all on disc. I can run off another copy.
Disc, yes.
Yes, we didn't have a lot of luck with the disc, did we, Hugo?
Oh, you mean you tried to? Look, just don't touch anything. I've got a backup disc. I'll try and come in tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the only trouble now seems to be with that computer thing.
That's right, yes. It's our fault entirely. We should never have asked Samson to try and fix it.
Remember the hames he made of the motor mower?
Yeah. Bloody fool wrenched the back right off it.
What? The computer?
Yeah, no, he's only burnt his hand.
Burns his hand.
The fire.
Fire.
Don't worry.
Oh, it's all under control. We've managed to save most of your office.
Yeah. You see, the most important thing here, Alan, is for you to stay here and rest in bed until you get better.
Would it help if we said we were very sorry?
I don't think so.
You know, in a few years' time, you'll look back on this, we all will, and we'll wonder what on earth the fuss was about.
No, I'm not going through with any more of this. It's the last time. This is the last time.
That's right, Alan. You get it off your chest.
I've tried. I've tried in every way I know to drag this company out of the Industrial Revolution. And at every turn, every single turn, I'm thwarted. Well, that's it. I've had enough. I quit.
Yes, we quite understand, Alan. You're upset.
Upset?
You know what I think is a jolly good cure when I feel a bit down?
No, Hugo, it's over. It's all over. I'll clear up this mess for you, but that's it. After that, I'm giving in my notice. I'm leaving.
Leaving?
Alan,
Before you
I
go...
want to buy some port. Do you think you could possibly sign this check? Alan. 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 Oh, he's done it again.
Well, I'm not going to give him the kiss of life. How about that, then?
Oh, yes, much more the thing.
I'm wondering if it's strong enough.
Well, let's fill it up and see, shall we?
Good idea.
Samson? Yes, I think this ought to do the trick. Ah, there you are.
Oh, Samson, just go and stand over there, would you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just look at that spread. We've got something there, all right?
Yes, that's much better. Well, I think a couple of dozen of those, don't you?
Will that be all, sir?
Oh, yes, thank you so much, Samson. Jeffrey, any luck?
Has he changed his mind?
I'm afraid not. He seems very determined. Says he'll stay till the end of the month, but then that's it.
But why? I mean, why all the upset over one little accident?
Now, let's be honest, Jack. It isn't just one accident now, is it?
You see, the trouble is he's never taken us seriously.
Now, look, when my bank put Alan in to get this business on its feet, he was told... My word, this is good.
Glad you like it, Jeffrey.
Yes. Look, he was told that you'd actually help with the buying and selling.
Yes, well, you see, that's the awful irony of it all, do you see? I mean, this whole thing got started just because we bought some very good wine.
Oh, what wine?
1908 port.
6 bottles.
Oh.
Sadly, that is the last one.
Oh. You do realize that if Alan leaves, my bank will almost certainly withdraw. And that'll be the end of this place.
Gosh.
Unless you can persuade him to stay.
How could we do that?
Well, you could start by showing an interest, turn up on time, attend his meetings.
Oh, it's not that serious, is it?
I'm afraid it is.
Right. Well, let's make a start. Monday it is.
Monday?
Yeah, we're rather tied up with this old girls' reunion thing till then.
What are you doing at an old girls' reunion?
We've got this very effective weapon this year.
Yeah, so we're not going to waste all this.
Is this wise?
Well, we've got a getaway coach lined up, and we're going to hide up in Scotland and...
No. I mean, is this wise in view... Look, Alan is leaving at the end of the month. You have only got 10 days.
Oh.
Well, what do you advise? Suppose we tell him we're off sick.
I think you should tell him you're not going.
And then tell him we're sick.
Yes.
No. And stay here and do some work.
What? You mean?
Not actually go. At all.
I'm afraid if you want to keep all this place, that's the price.
so.
Any change?
No. I'm sorry, Grizzle. I think we're just going to have to throw in the towel on this one.
Oh, but you can't just give up now.
I don't think we've got any choice.
Well, it's been over a week now. It's more than a body can stand.
But if Alan goes...
We've tried everything.
The man's a rock.
Nothing can change his mind.
Nothing.
All right. All right, I'll stay.
You are super, Alan.
But only on certain conditions.
Of course, my darling, of course.
No. Firstly, I want...
I know what you want.
What? No, listen, Griselda, this is important. I also want a guarantee of proper timekeeping.
Oh, so we're moving on from refreshments during meetings.
Yes, Hugo, we're on item 10.
Right.
Now, I don't think I need to spell out the importance of timekeeping.
Well, if you want to, Alan, we're all ears.
It's simply the basis of good business practice to arrive and leave at the right time.
Good point.
If we're going to make a success of this place, the very least I require of you is your time during office hours. So that's really it. Yes.
And I may just be just a teeny bit late on Wednesday. I've got a dentist appointment.
No, that'll be quite all right. The point I'm making is that if I'm to stay on, I do need your commitment.
Absolutely.
Well, in that case, we'll say no more about it.
Yes.
And move on to the annual report.
Yes. Actually, Alan,
Yes?
unfortunately...
We have to leave.
To leave.
Yes. See, we've arranged a little party for some friends.
You are joking.
No, it's down in the cellar. If you'd like to join us...
What about everything we've just been saying?
Yeah, I know, but there you are. It's been a lovely meeting.
Lovely. Perhaps we'll see you later.
Morning, Cuddle Bunny.
They've gone.
Oh, Jack and Hugo.
They just walked out.
Do you think we've got time for a... Alan, are you all right?
How did they do it? They sat there pretending to listen, and right in the middle of the meeting, they went off to a party.
Party, are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm sure, all right. Well, I'm not standing for it. I'm having it out with them.
Alan.
No, I don't care who of their society friends are watching. No, I'm going to tell them exactly what I think of them.
Alan, I
No, I'm sorry, Griselda. It's only gone one step too far.
Alan,
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, look, Alan, let me talk to them. I'm sure there's been a...
And so say all of us.
Thank you. Well, it's not every day that my goddaughter gets engaged, and especially to such a fine young man as Alan. Well, I do hope you don't mind us springing this little surprise on you both, but we would like to wish you good health, long life, and great happiness.
Alan and Griselda.
Alan and Griselda!
Could I have a word?
Yes, you go right ahead.
No, what's going on?
How do you mean, what's going on?
Well, we aren't engaged.
What? Is this true, Griselda?
As far as I know.
What's it all about? What's happening?
But I thought that's how you persuaded him.
Persuaded him what?
Well, to stay.
Oh, no.
So what did you do? I mean, if you didn't agree to marry him, what else could have made... Oh.
Oh, I see. Oh, how very embarrassing. Well, I'm afraid we've made rather fools of ourselves on this one. Oh, I suppose you'd better call for silence, Hugo, and tell everybody to go home.
Jack, that'd be awful.
Well, if you don't want to get married...
No, I'm not saying I don't want to.
So you do want to get married?
Well...
Oh, you mean that you do, but you don't?
Well, we haven't really discussed it.
Well, I think perhaps you should.
Well,
Look, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go over there and have a little talk about
Yes,
it?
you just go and get yourself sorted out, will you?
what the hell is going on?
We're in with a chance here, Lee.
2 to 1, I'd say.
What on earth are you two waffling about?
Change that to even money.
Honestly, I get more sense out of Bolton. What's going on?
They're trying to push these two into getting married.
Good Lord! Whatever for?
But they think that if Alan's in the family, he won't be able to bully them by threatening to leave the firm.
Well, it's been the most appalling week, Vic.
We couldn't go through all that again.
6 to 4 on.
Fingers crossed. Home and dry.
Hey, Nona!